never force things to go your way, or never force your position in someone's life. And especially if you're looking for a work and you really want it to be a good outcome, or you really want to have a good outcome of whatever you're applying for. You can apply this anywhere in your life. Never force things, never hold on to the outcome as to what it would be like, because the moment when you're going to force, or the moment when you're going to hold on too tightly to the end result, you're going to come across so desperate. And we're living in a world where the hustle mentality is praised, but the thing that people don't understand about the hustle mentality is that is what's making you come across as desperate. People already know your value. People already know what you bring to the table. You get sometimes rejected because of the fact that people will not be able to keep up with you. People reject you because people normally find you intimidated. You need to understand that if people reject you, or people are not invest in you the same way that you invest in yourself, then that should be clear indication that it is not for you. That boyfriend, that girlfriend, that relationship, that car, that job that you are really pushing and striving for, that you really want to have, it is not for you. And that is literally what God is showing you. If you have to chase anything and everyone, that is not for you, because whatever comes from God comes easy. Whatever comes from God comes without fright. Whatever comes from God comes without any types of confusion. And again, like, people will reject you, people will leave you in the cold, people will ghost you, and then the moment when you don't respond back to them is when they return. People know exactly what they are doing, and people know who you are. People are testing you, especially when it comes to like relationships or platonic connections. People want to test you to see how much they can get away by ghosting you. If someone sees that they can play games with you, they could ghost you, they can exit your life whenever they want and just come back. This is where people can see how much they could actually get away with. And this is where you have to implement your boundaries to let them know, like, okay, I peep game, I can see what you are doing here. Don't come in and out of my life like I'm a motherfucking supermarket. You know what I mean? Like I said in the beginning or earlier on, people know exactly who you are. You need to know who you are. And like, I'm gonna tell you a story, right? A couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, I applied for a job, and everything went well. We had to do a presentation for the job, and I did my presentation according to the theme of the company that I was wanting to apply with, and it was for a startup tech company. And my presentation was basically, it was enmeshed with the theme of the company and theme of the project. And I had an interview with HR, with the general manager, as well as the marketing manager. And at the end of the meeting, or at the end of the interview, this was like my final interview, they said that, they asked me like all of these kinds of questions. So I gave my honest I gave my honest opinion, right? And then they sent me weeks later, sorry, I'm getting distracted by this duck in the water. Weeks later, they sent me an email to say like, oh, I was successful in my second interview. So then I was just waiting for my contract that they have to send me, or like the letter of intent. And then they invited me to go to this one project that they've already established. I went to the project, and because the position that I applied for and that I got initially accepted to required me to pay close attention to detail. Like, I had to have a soft eye when it comes to attention to detail. And I went to the project that they asked me to go, and they asked my honest feedback, and I gave my honest feedback, and I've highlighted to the general manager, who's also the director, I've highlighted all of the wrongs that can be perceived from a consumer point of view. And then a week afterwards, after I went to the project, they sent me an email back. After initially accepting me, they sent me an email back saying, oh yeah, we went with someone who are more experienced in their role. So I was like, okay, you know what, it's okay, no tea, no she. I didn't really hold on to the outcome as much as to the entire process. Like, I enjoyed the process of the interview, I enjoyed all of that. And then when they initially sent me the second email after accepting me, when they were supposed to send me the contract, they then told me like they're not going to proceed with me. And I was like, okay, you know what, it's okay. Like, rejection is God's protection and redirection is actually direction. And I took a step back and I was like, I gave my best, and you invited me to a project where you goddamn well knew that you wanted to have my honest opinion, right? And I gave you my honest opinion. You wanted to see if I had attention to detail. I showcased you the attention to detail. And the reason why I'm saying this is, right, people would normally reject you because of what you can bring to the table. People will reject you because of the fact that of your capabilities. This is the craziest fucking thing about this world, right? The craziest thing about this world is people want to have a specific, like, people are looking for a specific person, and the moment when they find that specific person, the moment when the universe is giving that specific person to them and or that specific thing, people will manifest you into that life, into their life. But the moment when you get into their life, they realize that they're not ready for it. And this is why I'm saying, like, you need to be ready for yourself. We're living in a world where people are chasing all of the wrong fucking things. People would choose money over love, for example. People would choose hoes over a loving partner. People would choose a terrible job that pays them a lot of money over peace of mind. This is what I'm trying to say. When you know that you hold all of these good qualities in your heart and in your soul, people will reject you, people will treat you badly, but it's your responsibility to have these boundaries up with them and let them know that they cannot fuck you over. The problem is, like, we are being raised as to, especially if you are an empath, if you have been through a lot of things in your life, we have been raised to a certain point where we are not supposed to look down on people because we can relate to the pain that we have been through. So we don't want to pour out that pain and that disappointment upon other people. And because we are being raised in a certain type of mindset, because we have gone through certain struggles, we don't want other people to experience that struggles that we have been through. But the problem is, this is where you are lowering your boundaries because you don't want to hurt someone else. This is where the people pleasing part comes in, right? Because you don't want to do to others that you don't want to get done by yourself. But here you have to use your discernment. Here you need to understand, when are you people pleasing? When are you giving way too much to yourself? When are you not reading the person's intentions clearly? Because obviously you need to be able to see when people are just playing with you, but you also need to learn how to give people grace. And this is the thing. This is the unfortunate thing. This is where it is so important to use your discernment. Get back within yourself. Take a step back. When someone is taking a step back from you, take a step back from them as well. Because the more you're going to present yourself, the more you're going to show yourself being available, the less that person is going to invest in you, because that person think that I don't have to do shit. I can do whatever the fuck I want and this person will still be there. And trust me, I've been through that. I've been so many times where I stuck too long in situations where people would just like walk over me because they think like, okay, if I text her now, she will respond. Now, if you text me after ghosting me for a whole full motherfucking week, I would read that message, my dear, and I will respond after 2 months if I feel like it. If I don't feel like it, the message will be on read completely. Because the thing is, people will tell you, right, especially if you have certain characteristics towards yourself, or you obtain certain gems within yourself. And when I say gems, I mean kind heart, good intentions, pure intentions, just want want what's best for other people. That are gems that a lot of people in this world unfortunately don't have. People think that if they have a Rolex, if they have a Lamborghini, that is gems. That is not gems, my dear. I've met so many people who sits in Brabus, Mansuris, Porsche, that are terrible. They are horrible. They're not happy at all. They're empty from the inside. And then I look at them and I'm like, bro, like with these people, I honestly cannot have a conversation, because I'm in a country where you see these kinds of things each and every day. Each and every day, it's my normal to see these types of people, and I cannot have conversations with them, because that's not the real riches. You realize how empty it is. So this is why, don't let social media also be out here fooling you for what people have. People on social media look happy for an instant, but deep down they're actually not. You know what I mean? So like I was saying, if things are not working out for you, it is actually working out for you. There is a reason why it's not working out for you. You think, and this is the thing that I want to touch base on, you think that is what you want, but it's not. The reason why I'm saying this, right, is because when something is presented to us and we can place ourselves in the mindset of visualizing that in the long term, that is when we start to hold on to the outcome, because you can visualize it in your mind's eye, right? Like say for instance, I come to you right now and I give you a job offer, right? And this job offer includes you have to travel on private jets, right? But God knows for a fact that in the long run, that same job offer is going to hurt you. God forbid, like maybe the plane will crash because the CEO pissed someone off, for example, right? And then they do all these kinds of funny shit. I don't want to project any negativity. I'm just giving an example. So don't take any negative energy onto you, right? So now you are, or maybe the CEO will make you work 24 hours without you having rest, without you being able to pour within yourself. The only thing that you will have is you'll be able to fly a private jet, you will drink the most expensive liquor, you will have all of these type of things, right? People would sell their soul for that. I get you. If that is you, that is this message is not for you. You can click off. I will see you in another video. But if you have morals and you have standards, God will not give that to you. And just bear with me, right? God will not give that to you. Like, it will get taken away from you. And years later, when you understood, where you accepted the fact that what you thought you wanted didn't work out for you, is when you're going to be so fucking thankful. I can give you millions of examples of where things have not worked out for me. Like say for example, let's take this private jet company for example, right? As an example. If you, like, God is taking that opportunity away from you to protect you, and then years later you realize you may be reading the headline like CEO of X company has murdered his personal assistant. That could have been you. You know what I mean? That could have been you. So rejection is God's protection, bro. Rejection is God's protection. And I'm gonna give you like another example of what has happened to me. I once dated a guy, and the relationship never took off as I wanted it to take off, right? Like in my mind's eye, I was envisioning us having a very long-term relationship, just very long-term, loving, caring type of relationship. And then it never took off. It never came to the point where we would actually become boyfriend and girlfriend. And years later, this guy controlled his woman so freaking much to the point where she is completely depressed. And I am so grateful, because that could have been me. You know what I mean? That could have been me. And like when things like this are happening to you, you need to ask God, why is this happening for you? You need to ask God for to opening your vision and to open your third eye, to ask Him to make it clearer to you as to why things are not happening. I'm in a stage right now where if things doesn't work out for me, I just tell myself, like, I'm very, very happy that this is not working out for me. I'm not gonna chase, I'm not gonna run. Don't do any chasing for nothing. If someone is gonna come to you and someone is telling you, oh yeah, you know, I want to start this and this and this with you, great, show me. You the one that came to me. You were the one that told me, like, okay, I want to start this and this and this and this with you. Why the fuck should I run after you the one that came to me telling me that you want to start this and this and this and this with me? You know what I mean? Like, don't chase after something. Don't chase after a proposal that someone else has introduced to you, because you're going to make yourself tired. That's the opportunity that was presented to you. If this opportunity is presented to you, that means the person is serious about it, or they were thinking seriously about it. So why are you getting cold feet? If someone is getting cold feet, let them get cold feet. There's no need for you to run after them. There's no need for you to prove a point to show that you are the best candidate for it. Yes, you are the best candidate for it, but maybe in the long run it's not gonna help you. You know what I mean? So this is why I'm saying God's rejection is protection. So just keep going on the road, because what is eventually for you will stick. What is for you will come, and you will not have to change it or chase it. My apologies. You wouldn't have to chase whatever opportunity this is that is rightfully for you. It will come easy. There will be no confusion, because the thing is, people know exactly what they want. People will like the idea of you, but the moment when you get serious and show like this is what's up, people will back the fuck up, because they will realize like, okay, she is actually serious. It's not, or he is actually serious. It's not just the imagination anymore. Well, my dear, you cannot just fucking stay in your mind the whole time, right? It's the 3D world. Like, this is a real world. Like, you cannot stay in your mind. You cannot imagine things. Like, it's like you imagining $1 million, and someone is giving you $1 million, and all of a sudden you're like scared. You're like, oh yeah, you know what, no, I'm a bit afraid, like I cannot. Fuck that. Why are you feeling intimidated? That means that whoever is feeling intimidated, that means that you still have work to do within yourself, and that is okay. 79 o'clock as I just watched, and that is okay. At least you acknowledge the fact that you have work to do. You know what I mean? So that is basically all. That's all that I wanted to say. Don't let anyone play mind games with you. If people want to dip, let them dip. If they come back, at least wait a week or two to respond. Don't give in so easily, because people know exactly what the fuck they did or what they're doing. Okay, so that is the message, y'all. If this have resonated in any way, shape or form, please like and subscribe. I do appreciate it, and I wish you an amazing day ahead. Bye.